Yes, so dear student, I Rakesh Jain from Gyan University. Today I am going to teach you about the basics of transistors. Our subject is electronic circuit, and the first topic of our syllabus is about the transistor. Its transistor is a switch, and how the transistor work as a switch, and what are the switching times for the transistor. After the completion of this lecture, you will be able to understand that what is the meaning of transistor, how it will perform the amplifications, what are the types of transistor, their symbols, and some general questions related with the transistors. So, see, first of all, transistor is a device which is used for amplification. Generally, transistor is a device, electronic device which is used for amplification. Transistor is basically that device which is used for the amplification. Let's suppose your signal of the input is this one. Let's suppose a AC signal is this one, and you just want to add the output this kind of signal. It means there is some amplification. There is some amplification. So, which device perform the amplification? Then transistor is a device which is used to perform the amplification. Okay. It is a semiconductor device because its construction consists of PN and kind of semiconductors. So, we can say it is a semiconductor device. Is a semiconductor device because it contains p-type and n-type semiconductor. Basically, whenever we talk about the transistor, there are different kind of transistor like the bipolar junction transistor BJT, like the field effect transistor FET, like the metal oxide field effect transistor, metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor MOSFET, like the power transistor. So different words you might hear about the transistors, but whenever we talk about the basic transistor, it means we are going to learn about the BJT, that is bipolar junction transistor. So transistor means here the meaning of the transistor is BJT, that is bipolar junction transistor. Here we use the word bipolar because there are two PN junctions there. So two junctions, that's why bipolar. And junction means bi means two, polar means of polarity, junction means PN and semiconductor held together, and transistor the device which manufactured from the PN n-type semiconductor in which two PN junctions are there, and the device work to perform the amplification, that is known as BJT, bipolar junction transistor. Okay, so basically there are two kind of transistor, one is NPN and one is PNP. How many types of transistors are there? There are basically two kind of transistors. One is NPN, means a p kind of semiconductor is sandwiched between two n semiconductor, then that is known as NPN transistor. One semiconductor is PNP transistor. So whenever a n kind of semiconductor is sandwiched between two p-type semiconductor, then that is known as PNP transistor. So there are two kind of transistor, one is NPN and second one is PNP. Now, what are the basic symbols for those transistors? What are the basic symbols for those transistors? So NPN symbol is this one. Before the symbols, we understand about the terminals of transistor. Terminals. So basically, three terminals of the transistor. Basically, three terminals of the transistor. Any transistor contains three terminals. One is emitter, one is base. Emitter is to provide the charge carrier. Base just to provide the flow path between emitter and the third terminal collector. And collector is used to collect the charge carrier that are being emitted from the emitter. Basically, there are three terminal of transistor. If we talk about the basic symbol of the transistor, then NPN transistor symbol is this one. This is a symbol of NPN transistor, in which three terminals are there. The terminal which contains the arrow sign, that is your emitter, always. E for abbreviation for the emitter. The middle terminal is base, and the upper terminal is C, that is collector. So there are three terminal: emitter that provide the charge carrier, that generate the charge carrier. Base is just the base between the emitter and collector. It means just the flow path between for the charge carrier in between emitter to collector. And collector is that terminal which is used to collect the charge carrier that are being emitted from the emitter terminal. And NPN transistor symbol contains emitter, base and collector such that the arrow direction is outside, external. And PNP transistor symbol is this one. The middle terminal is same, that is base. The upper terminal is same, that is collector. The third terminal contains the arrow, which is your emitter terminal, but the arrow is towards inside. The arrow direction is inside. That is your emitter. So there are three terminal of a transistor: emitter, base, and collector, in which emitter terminal contains the direction of the arrow, inside or outside. Inside means PNP transistor, and if outside, then that is NPN transistor. So there are three terminals of the transistor: emitter, base, and collector. And there are two kinds of transistor: NPN and PNP transistor. NPN transistor is such that whenever we talk about NPN transistor, it means a P kind of semiconductor is sandwiched between two N-type semiconductor. The base terminal is your P-type semiconductor. The collector is N-type, and also the emitter is N-type. Similarly, in PNP transistor, in the first P, then a N-type semiconductor is sandwiched between two P-type semiconductor. The middle N-type terminal is your base. N-type semiconductor, from the N-type semiconductor we take the base. The third one, P-type semiconductor, from that semiconductor we take the collector, and the first P-type semiconductor we take the emitter. So see very clearly that in case of NPN transistor, the emitter is taken from the N-type semiconductor, and also the collector is taken from the N-type semiconductor. Also, in the PNP transistor, the emitter taken from the P-type semiconductor and collector taken from the P-type semiconductor. It means the emitter and collector in both types of transistor taken from the same type of semiconductor. In case of NPN, emitter and collector taken from the N-type semiconductor. In case of P-type semiconductor, PNP type transistor, the emitter and collector are taken from the same P-type semiconductor. So it is frequently it may be asked to you that can we interchange both of these terminal? It is a very important kind of questions, a mind-related question, that can we interchange the emitter and collector? Can we interchange the emitter and collector terminal? So what should be the answer? Remember very carefully. So it is frequently asked that in case of NPN transistor, the emitter and collector taken from the same type of semiconductor. In PNP transistor, the emitter and collector taken from the same type of semiconductor, that is P-type. So can we interchange the emitter and collector terminal? It means the question asks you that can we say this is collector and this is emitter? Or in PNP transistor, can we say this is your, instead of emitter, this is collector and this is emitter? Then the answer is no. The answer is no. Why? See very carefully. Emitter is heavily doped compared with the collector. What is the correct answer? The answer for this question is definitely no. The answer for this question is definitely no. But what is the reason behind this? What is the reason behind this? The reason is, I'm writing down here, the answer is no. And what is the reason behind this? The first reason is emitter is heavily doped. Emitter is heavily doped compared to collector. Emitter is heavily doped compared to collector. Always remember this thing. So the doping of the emitter is more compared with the collector. So we cannot change them. Emitter is we cannot interchange them, because if we interchange them, then it means I just say that the first terminal is collector and the third terminal is emitter. Then, but emitter should be of heavily doped. So it is not possible. That's why emitter we cannot interchange emitter and collector. And second reason is collector width is larger compared with emitter. Collector width is large, or we can say wider, it is wider, larger than. Second reason that collector and emitter cannot be changed irrespective of the semiconductor is of same type both in the case of NPN and PNP transistor. Why we cannot interchange the emitter and collector terminal? The correct answer is emitter doping is high compared with the collector doping, and the collector width is more and emitter width is less compared with each other. That's why due to the width reason and due to the doping reason, we cannot interchange emitter and collector. One more frequently asked question related with the transistor is that, see this one. I just remove this question and we see the next question. Yes. The next question is, let's suppose you have a diode like this. We know that diode contains two terminals. One is P and the second terminal is N, that is known as PN junction diode. I just take one more diode, let's suppose. So this is a diode also. So this terminal is P and this terminal is N. Okay. If I connect two diodes back to back, one diode is in front position, second diode is in reverse position. So if I connect two diodes back to back like this one, okay, so and take three terminals from them, first terminal, second terminal and third terminal. So can we say this is a P terminal, this is also P terminal, and this is from the combination of both the ends, so this is an N terminal. So can I say that this is a PNP transistor? So if two diodes are connected back to back, can I say that this is a PNP transistor? The correct answer should be, what is the question? It is a very minded questions, very frequently asked questions related to the Y article. If two diodes connected back to back, then can we consider them as transistor? So what will be the answer of this question? If two diodes are connected back to back, then can we consider them as a transistor? Then the answer for this question is no. The answer for this question is no. Why? Because the base width should be thin, but here if we connect two diodes back to back, then it will be thick, right? The base width should be very narrow, but if we connect two diodes back to back, it will be large. The base width will be increases, so that we cannot connect two diodes back to back. The base width of transistor is with transistor to be thin. But if we connect two diodes back to back, then it will be thick. So we cannot consider. What I want to say, if we connect two diodes back to back, then it will be thick. Once again, I am writing down. small size, so it will be comfortable for you. See, the base width of transistor the base width of transistor is thin, right? That is narrow. Narrow. But if we connect two diodes back to back, then it will be thick. Really thick. One reason is this one. What is the another reason? We know that in case of transistor, the emitter and collector terminal are used for the different purpose. The doping of the emitter is greater compared with the collector. The width of the collector is more compared with the emitter. The emitter is used to emit the charge carrier, to generate the charge carrier. The collector is used to collect the charge carrier. But if we connect two diode back to back, there is no meaning of particular purpose for the first P and the last P. That is emitter and collector. That's why we cannot consider it. So remember this two very important questions related with the basics of the transistor. Now I just remove this to create the space and then we'll talk to the next thing. Now, because the configuration of transistor, now I am talking about the configuration of transistor. Configuration of transistor means with the help of the connections of the terminals of the transistor, how many types we can use the transistor for different purposes. That is known as configuration of transistor. So there are three configuration of transistor. Now remember one thing, whenever I am talking about the transistor NPN, PNP, this kind of, then it means I am talking about the BJT, bipolar junction transistor. So configuration of transistor. So basically there are three kind of configuration. One is CB configuration, one is CE configuration, and third one is CC configuration. Now what is the meaning of this CB, CC and CE abbreviations? The CB configuration means common base configuration. Common base. C configuration means common emitter configuration. And CC configuration means common collector configuration. Common connector configuration. So there are three configurations: common emitter, common base, and common connector configuration. Now, what are the meanings of those configuration? Common emitter, common base, common collector. Now, see this. Let's suppose this is a transistor. Let's suppose this is a NPN transistor. So whenever emitter terminal is common at the input side, from the collector we just take the output. So, and base we just consider it as an input. Then the emitter terminal is common at the input side. This is your input side, where we will connect the resistors, the batteries to provide the power supply, and this is the output side. In between the collector and emitter, the output side is there. This one is base terminal. We know the arrow terminal means emitter terminal, and the third terminal is connector, as I have already been taught you in this symbolic representation. So, in between the base and emitter, we provide the battery, that is input supply, and in between the collector and emitter, we also connect the battery and we take the output current from the collector terminal. Okay, so uh, input side and output side are there. So emitter is common between input and output. So it is common emitter configuration. Common emitter configuration. Okay. Let's suppose transistor is this one. This is a symbol of also a symbol of transistor. So the arrow means emitter terminal, the middle terminal is base, and the third terminal is collector. So now base is common to the input side, that is in between emitter and base. This is input side, and in between collector and base, that is your output side. So see, in this case, the base is common. So this is base is common to the input side also, and base is to output side also. So base terminal is common between input and output. So it is known as common base configuration. And third one, let's suppose the transistor symbol is like this one. So the middle terminal is base. The this upper terminal because contains the arrow, that's why it is emitter. The third terminal is collector. Now see, the collector terminal, and in between the base and collector we provide the input. So that's why it is an input side. And in between emitter and collector we just take the output, that's why it is output side. But the collector is common to the input and output side. So this is known as common collector configuration. So these are the basic representation of the common emitter configuration, common base configuration, and common collector configuration. One of the most important term which I forgot to taught you previously is that transistor is a device which is used for the amplification. But for what amplification? It is used to amplify the current. So it is a current amplification device. It is a current driven device. Remember this very important term. Transistor is a current driven device. Because the output current is related with the input current such that the output current is an amplified version of the input current. That's why it is a current amplification device, or we can say transistor is a current driven device. Transistor is a current driven device. Because the output current depends on the input current. So transistor is a current driven device. So these are the configuration of transistor: common emitter configuration, common base configuration, and common collector configuration. Basically, there are three kind of configurations. Right now, one of the most important thing related with the transistor. Basically, there are two junctions in case of transistor. I'll just remove. See this one. Here the base and emitter are used for the input, and here the collector and emitter are used for the input. So with this diagram I am talking you. Okay, I just remove this diagram. Now I am talking you about the regions of operations of transistor. First of all, I just tell you regions of operation of transistor. So remember all those terms. Transistor, for what purpose it is used? It is used for amplification. How many types of transistor? NPN and PNP. What are the terminal name of transistor? Emitter, base, and collector. Can we interchange the terminal? No. Can we consider transistor equivalent to two diodes connected back to back? No. What are the regions? I have already been taught you. What are the configuration of transistor? Then common emitter, common base, and common collector are the configuration. Now, one more important thing: regions of operation of transistors. Region of operation of transistor. What are the different regions of operations of a transistor? This is a very important thing. Whenever we connected, we do the proper biasing in case of common emitter, common base, and common collector. When we connect the resistors, the batteries, the supply, voltmeter, ammeter, then how the due to the different power supply, due to the variations of the power supply, how the transistor work in different regions. So there are basically four regions of operation of a transistor. There are basically four regions of operations of transistor. Remember this thing very carefully. Basically, there are four regions of operations of transistor. The first one is active region. The second is active region. Second one is saturation region. Cutoff region. the fourth one is reverse active region. This is very important. We know that now what is the meaning of an active region, saturation region, cutoff region, and reverse active region, and how transistor will work in those four different regions. That is very important. So, how many? First of all, how many junctions in transistor? Basically, it is a bipolar junction transistor. So definitely there are two junctions. One junction in see this NPN transistor. The one junction in between one is P and junction means PN. The junction means PN and semiconductor held together. PN junction, that is known as a junction. Whenever P-type semiconductor and N-type semiconductor are together, that is known as a PN junction. That is known as junction. So see, in between emitter is related with the N-type semiconductor, base is related with the P-type semiconductor, and together this emitter and base create a PN junction. PN and are held together. Now see. The second, so first junction is emitter base junction. First junction is emitter base junction, and the second junction is one is collector is taken from the N-type semiconductor, base is taken from the P-type semiconductor. So together base and collector create PN semiconductor. It means second junction. So basically there are two junctions. One is emitter base junction and second one is collector base junctions. Okay. Now what is the meaning of these different regions of operation? So I just draw a tabular manner. So that will be very important in competition exams also to see this. The first thing, first junction is emitter base junction. So I just write down EB junction. That is, you remember that this is emitter base junction. I am talking about the emitter base junction. Okay. See this. First is the emitter base junction. The second one is collector base junction. First is the emitter base junction. The second one is collector base junction. Then which due to the different biasing means whenever P-type semiconductor connected with the positive supply and N-type semiconductor connected with the negative supply, that is known as forward biasing. Okay. And reverse biasing is what? Whenever P-type semiconductor connect with the negative terminal of the supply and N-type semiconductor connected with the positive terminal of the supply, that is known as reverse biasing. So the emitter base junction, which one is the region of operation of transistor? I just draw a table that will so you will understand, and what is the work of transistor in that region. So I just want to draw a table that will show you the complete knowledge of that. So basically there are four regions of operation. What are the meaning of those four regions of operation? See very carefully. See, the first region of operation I am talking about is whenever the emitter base junction is forward bias. How we will do it? We will see later on after connecting the batteries over there. Okay, whenever the emitter base junction is forward bias and the collector base junction is reverse bias. At that time, the region of operation of transistor is active region. And during the time of active region, transistor work as an amplifier to amplify the current. Okay, what is the work of a transistor in active region? That is amplifier. So there are so many questions related with this. Second one, what is the meaning of saturation region? So whenever the emitter base junction is forward bias and the collector base junction is also forward bias, then region of operation of transistor is saturation region. And in saturation region, the transistor will work such that the transistor will work as a closed switch. We will see this circuitry and the diagram later on. First, we will complete this thing. Okay. The third one is whenever the emitter base junction is reverse bias and the collector base junction is also reverse bias, then region of operation of transistor is cutoff region. And transistor will work in cutoff region as an open switch. The fourth one is whenever the emitter base junction is reverse bias, but collector base junction is forward bias, then region of operation of transistor is reverse active region. And transistor work as a attenuator, just opposite to the amplifier, to decrease the signal level. That is attenuator. It's opposite to amplifier. So this is a very important thing because in competition exam frequently you will see that in saturation region transistor work as amplifier, closed switch, open switch, attenuator. So you should correct the correct answer. You should click on the correct answer. Transistor work in cutoff region. It means the junctions are emitter base junction is reverse bias, collector base junction is for reverse bias. Both are forward bias. The emitter base junction is forward bias, collector base junction is reverse bias. Like this kind of questions. So in various types, transistor work as open switch in which region? Active region, saturation region, cutoff region, and reverse active region. So all those answers you will find out from this table. So remember this table. This is very important. So I hope you understand about the basics of transistor. In next lecture, we will study about the circuit diagrams of those regions of operation, the switching times, and how transistor will work as a switch. So I hope you understand about the basics of transistor. So I Rakesh from Gyanvia University wants to say thanks for watching the video. Thank you very much.